And we're underway here. Well, number 20 and number 33 are really forcing the action early on, trying to get position. So easy go, Bruno, and Coach Rosa Drummond lights it up. Broadcasting the games has been sort of this lifelong dream of mine. You know, they play basketball where there's just lots of havoc and freneticism and, you know, brilliant plays. And so, you know, sitting there, you know, narrating the game is just a hoot for me. I feel really lucky to be able to do it.
Being from Jacksonville, Florida, I think the webcast is a really great feature. My parents both sit on our back porch at home because it's, you know, 70 degrees and sunny at nights, and they'll tune into the games and sit out there and just kind of soak in the sun and watch the basketball. It's really nice.
This season is the first time they started the webcast, and my entire family went crazy the first time. I remember they told me that they had like a little, not like a little party, but they had a little get-together, and they really enjoyed it.
No threes! No threes, guard!
The webcasting was a joint partnership between our exercise and sports studies program and our athletic department. Don Siegel, who is the head of the ESS, and our sports information director, Abe, did a tremendous job partnering to make this resource available to our team this year and to other Smith teams in the spring and hopefully year after year.
I knew that Sam had a great love of sports, and he had told me about, while he was in college, that he had done a lot of sports writing, and we casually talked about him being a broadcaster, and he thought it was the greatest idea since sliced bread.
Court set, moving the ball down.
Well, Smith was lucky right there. They got Wheaton was called for the steps, but they can't.
Having Tex and his real innate knowledge of basketball, you know, to fit perfectly with Sam's ability to kind of tell stories, really fits together well.
Sports is a place, you know, for me that's just filled with stories. And so when I started this gig, I mean, the first thing I wanted to do was learn as many stories as I could about the team and about the opponents. And, you know, that's been the funnest piece for me.
He is very good at saying, well, what's happened this week, or any, you know, new information about your own players. And he's just so hungry for the knowledge.
Great run out by McLaughlin. Sometimes you can't beat the pressure going forward. You got to go over the top.
Yeah, McLaughlin hit that.
My goal is just to bring as much analysis as possible, just for the common fan watches the game, try to know what maybe Coach Hersey's thinking, or what maybe what the player was thinking that possession, or even maybe, you know, what the other team's thinking. It's kind of what, from a player's perspective.
You know, Tex has been a great companion and partner in this, and, you know, being able to sort of know when, you know, to ask him a question, when to listen. He's got such, you know, deep basketball knowledge.
They cannot sit behind on those post catches, or Wheaton's going to make them pay all day.
Well, number 20. Best moments, I think, when we're just sort of sitting there like two guys on the sidelines, you know, talking about a game that is unfolding in front of us, where we know the players and we know the teams and we know the strategy.
My parents love the commentary. They just love Texas and Sam. They all crowd around a little laptop to watch it, and my dad has told me countless times that he just sits there and, you know, yells at the screen and cheers us on, and our dog just goes crazy.
Parents have been incredibly gracious. I think they're very thankful that they're able to watch their daughters, you know, weave their magic on the court.
One of the things we do, in addition to broadcasting of the games, is broadcast the stats live over the internet. And there's an interface that looks like a basketball court, and it refreshes every 5 to 10 seconds with a constant update of the game. So what I am doing is watching the game and speaking in a code, and they're just inputting that into the computer.
Statistics and trying to keep those straight, that's a whole other level of challenge. Abe does a great job of keeping running statistics that flood across the computer, but trying to watch the game and trying to you know, watch the stats ticker is the most confusing part for me, because the second you put your eyes down, somebody gets the ball, Rosa Drummond launches a beautiful three or pivots for a jumper, and, you know, you've missed it. You know, it's not incidental that, you know, I'm an ethnographic qualitative researcher in my job. You know, the same thing that appeals to me about, you know, sports appeals to me about the research that I do, which is in schools, and it's about, you know, young people and the stories that fill up their lives. This has been an absolute thrilling experience for me. You know, I was really glad that they needed help, and I don't think they had any idea about how much fun that this was going to be for me, so it was a real treat. There it is. 61-50, hard-won victory for Smith today. I'll tell you. Those games where you seem to be, you know, coming together, coalescing, you're picking up some momentum, and then all of a sudden your shots stop falling, and you know you got to grind it through. But the testimony of a good team is that when your shots not falling, do you have the defensive intensity, and can you maintain the rebound? And you do the little things. But I'm waiting for the New York Knicks to call, and the second that I pick up that phone to join Clyde Frazier on the sideline at Madison Square Garden, I'm kissing Smith goodbye. So.